Hey everyone, just wanted to give you all a quick update on where we're at with the armor. I'll start with the shoulder pieces. First, I like the design that we did on the one side with that kind of cascading down with the craft foam. So I went ahead and did the same thing on the other side with the spikes on it, and then again I just covered it with that foam clay to again get that kind of scarred, sort of decaying look on there. So repeated that on the other shoulder. I like it. It's a lot more uniform for the armor, which I think kind of brings it and ties it together way better. So I'm super stoked about this. On the belt, from the last video you already saw, the only major difference is we sanded down and attached the little bracket pieces that we'll be able to attach the shotgun shells to. For the helmet, I already put on some foam clay again on all the spikes all the way around it, and then on the front here as well. And I've started on this kind of back spine piece that's going across the top of it, and we're going to be working on that today a little bit more. And then just on the hip plates, I attached some spikes kind of going up at a sweeping sort of angle, and then I also put foam clay around the bottom of each one of those spikes as well. We'll put in some details, we'll sand those down like we're going to do with literally everything else on the armor. So I'll put all this stuff out of the way and we'll get started. Alright, so we have everything out of the way. We're going to go and try to attach some little kind of rib cage pieces across these two gaps, and we'll attach them perpendicular to the main spine piece, and hopefully if we do it well, it's going to look like kind of some sort of Destiny creature's spine that's coming up the top of this helmet and then morphs in to the front piece of it with these main spikes coming out. I think it's gonna look cool if we do it pretty well. Let's just jump right in. We're winging this one. Wish me luck. Oh shoot. First, what I actually want to do is cover up the rest of this top piece so we don't have that last portion of the craft foam kind of hanging out there. Looks pretty good. I like it. We'll sand this down so it's a little bit more smoother because we have some overlap from where I had worked on it previously. I might actually cover this back portion right here as well, just so it's got a nice uniformity all the way from the back all the way to the top there. But for right now, I just want to get started on those rib kind of cage pieces going on. And I have no idea how I'm going to do these, so we're gonna wing it. So we're looking for something like that all the way down both sides. This could take a second. Fast forward. Look at that. I love it. It's got such a great organic sort of feel. I'm gonna sand it down. I'm gonna clean it up a bit, obviously, because I want to get a little bit more crisp details in there. We like those crispy details. We're gonna clean it up, but I love the way it looks on here. The last thing we're gonna do for the helmet before we send it off to the sanding and detailing department, which is me in the garage with a bunch of sanding equipment. I'm just gonna take some more of our foam clay and just put it on kind of miscellaneous parts on the helmet to kind of cover up some mistake areas, but also to add that additional effect of just organic matter kind of infecting and growing onto the helmet in just random places, just to add that little bit of extra detail. And then we'll call it ready to sand and put on scratches and cuts and scrapes and all that jazz before we actually paint it. Alright everyone, there we have it. I'm calling it quits right here. We're gonna sand this down, we're gonna add in some details, we're gonna make some minor tweaks to a couple of spots. There's a lot of cleanup that we have to do on it, but I'm super stoked with how it looks right now. I have a feeling this is gonna be my favorite part of the build. So what we added today, that kind of rib cage up top there, kind of busting open from the top, which is super cool. I also just added a couple more additional spots of coverage down the back here. Covered up a couple of pieces on the side right here, and on the other side here, and then on the front I just put a piece here and a piece right here. I wouldn't be surprised if I burned through literally all of this in this one build. It would be kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time. But this stuff is awesome. Literally, it's gonna bring this entire thing together. And I'm super stoked with how it's gonna turn out. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. I'm super stoked with how everything's looking right now. The armor's really coming along nicely, in my opinion. If you're new to this channel and you think this is gonna be a cool build, subscribe, like, comment, share with your grandma, even though she probably doesn't care about this at all. You're watching it, Granny. If y'all weren't watching and there wasn't a handful of you that were subscribed and following these videos, following this build, I probably wouldn't be getting this done very quickly. Obviously, Comic-Con has been postponed. Comic-Con has been postponed for 2020. There we go. Which, all things considered, with everything that's going on in the world, that's like the smallest problem ever. Not even a concern of mine. But I would like to have this done at some point soon in the near future so we can use it either in a Comic-Con next year, or if one opens up later on this year that I could go to that may not even be in state. I can travel to that one. But either way, thanks for watching. Super stoked with how this is gonna go. And I'll see you in the next one.